I literally failed Algebra 2 in high school. Like, not I got a C and struggled through it. I actually failed and had to retake it. And for years, that made me think I just couldn't handle personal finance because managing money seemed like it required being good at math, budgets, percentages, interest rates, calculating investment returns. All of it felt like the kind of number stuff that made my brain shut down. So I avoided dealing with my finances for years. I'd see articles about compound interest calculations or figuring out debt payoff schedules and just nope out immediately. And the whole time I'm thinking, how am I supposed to build wealth when I can't even figure out what 18% of $1,200 is without pulling out a calculator? My name is Don, and I used to think you needed to be good at math to manage money well, when really you just need to understand like 5 basic concepts and be able to do addition and subtraction. That's it. And here's what I figured out. The people who are best with money aren't math geniuses. They're people who have simple systems that require almost zero calculation. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you want to see more content about building wealth and making smarter money decisions. Trust me, if I can manage my money effectively while being terrible at math, you absolutely can too. All right, let me start by explaining why personal finance seems math heavy when it really isn't. Why personal finance feels like math but isn't. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. The financial industry makes everything sound way more complicated than it actually is. They throw around terms like amortization schedules and compound annual growth rates and basis points because it makes them sound smart and makes you feel like you need an expert. But managing your personal money doesn't require any of that. You know what math you actually need to manage money well? Addition, subtraction, and the ability to calculate a percentage. That's literally it. And for percentages, you can just use your phone's calculator every single time. When I finally sat down and looked at what I actually needed to do to manage my money, it was shockingly simple. I needed to know how much money comes in, how much goes out, and is there anything left over? That's addition and subtraction. Elementary school math. The reason personal finance feels overwhelming isn't because of the math. It's because there are a lot of decisions and you're not sure which ones are the right ones. But once you have a simple system, the math part basically disappears. Let me show you exactly how to manage your money with the absolute minimum math required. The only numbers you actually need to know. Forget everything you think you need to track. Here are the only 4 numbers that actually matter for managing your money. Number 1, your monthly take-home income. This is what actually hits your bank account after taxes. If you're salaried, look at your paycheck and multiply it by how many times you get paid per month. If you get paid bi-weekly, that's 2.17 paychecks per month on average. No complex calculation needed, just look at your actual deposits. When I finally figured out my real monthly income, I just looked at my last 3 months of bank deposits, added them up, and divided by 3. Took me 2 minutes with my phone calculator. My number was $2,950 per month. Number 2, your monthly fixed expenses. These are bills that are the same every month. Rent, car payment, insurance, loan payments, subscriptions. Add them all up once and that's your number. You don't have to recalculate it every month unless something changes. I made a list. Rent $900, car insurance $75, phone $50, internet $60, subscriptions $85. Total $1,170. Done. I wrote it down and that's my fixed expense number. Number 3, your average monthly variable spending. This is groceries, gas, eating out, shopping, entertainment. Look at your last 3 months of bank statements, estimate what you spent on this stuff each month, add it up, and divide by 3. For me, I eyeballed my statements and figured I spent about $1,200 to $1,400 per month on variable stuff. I averaged it to $1,300. Is that exact? No. Is it close enough? Absolutely. Number 4, what's left over? Take your income, subtract your fixed expenses, subtract your variable spending. What's left is either savings or debt, depending on whether the number is positive or negative. My math. $2,950 income minus $1,170 fixed. Minus $1,300 variable equals $480 left over. That number told me I could save about $480 per month if I kept my spending consistent. That's it. 4 numbers. The math required was addition and subtraction, using my phone's calculator. No spreadsheets, no formulas, no percentages, nothing complicated. The zero math budget system. Now let me show you how to budget without doing any real math. Here's the system. You're going to use the 50-30-20 rule, which is just a guideline that says 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. You don't need to be exact, you just need to be roughly in this ballpark. To calculate your 50-30-20 numbers, take your monthly income and use your phone calculator. 50% of income equals income times 0.5. 30% of income equals income times 0.3. 20% of income equals income times 0.2. For my $2,950 income, needs budget, $2,950 times 0.5 equals $1,475. Wants budget, $2,950 times 0.3 equals $885. Savings, $2,950 times 0.2 equals $590. I did those 3 calculations once, wrote the numbers down, and that became my budget framework. I never had to calculate it again. Then throughout the month, I just tracked whether my spending was roughly on track. I didn't categorize every transaction into 15 different buckets. I just asked myself, is this a need or a want? And I kept a rough mental tally of whether I was under or over in each category. This is the simplest budget system possible, and it requires almost zero ongoing math. You calculate your 3 numbers once, and then you just spend less than those numbers. That's it. The automatic money management system. Zero math required. Here's how to manage your money with literally no math after the initial setup. Step 1. Set up automatic transfers on payday. Calculate your 20% savings amount once using your calculator. For me, that was $590 per month, which is $295 per paycheck since I get paid twice a month. I set up an automatic transfer for $295 to my savings account on payday. Now it just happens. No thinking, no calculating. Step 2. Set up automatic bill payments. All your fixed expenses should be on autopay. Rent, utilities, insurance, subscriptions, all of it. You calculated the total once, you know what it is, and now it just pays itself. Zero ongoing math. Step 3. Live on what's left. After your automatic savings transfer and your automatic bills, whatever is left in your checking account is your spending money. You don't need to track every dollar or do any math. Just don't spend more than what's in your account. That's it. When I switched to this system, my money management became so simple. Money came in, some automatically went to savings, bills automatically paid themselves, and whatever was left was mine to spend on groceries, gas, and fun. I checked my bank balance before big purchases to make sure I had enough, and that was the extent of my financial management. Zero budgeting spreadsheets, zero calculations. Just simple automation and spending less than what's in my account. How to track spending without math. If you want to track your spending to make sure you're not overspending, here's the simplest possible method that requires no math. Use the traffic light system. At the end of each week, look at your bank account and ask yourself one question. Am I on track to end the month with money left over? If yes, green light. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're cutting it close, yellow light. Be more careful with spending this week. If you're definitely going to run out of money before the month ends, red light. Stop all non-essential spending immediately. No calculations, no tracking every transaction, just a simple visual check-in once a week. This was a game changer for me because I could stay on top of my spending without dealing with spreadsheets or math. The only financial calculations you'll ever need, and how to do them. Okay, there are like 3 calculations you'll occasionally need to do. Here's how to do them without being good at math. Calculation 1. Figuring out a tip. Use your phone. 20% tip on a $47 bill. Calculator. 47 times 0.20 equals $9.40. Done. Calculation 2, comparing prices to see which is cheaper. Use your phone calculator to divide the price by the quantity. $8 for 16 ounces versus $5 for 12 ounces. Calculator, 8 divided by 16 equals 0.50 per ounce. 5 divided by 12 equals 0.42 per ounce. The $5 option is cheaper per ounce. This took 10 seconds. Calculation 3, figuring out if you can afford something. Check your bank balance, subtract what you need for upcoming bills, and see if you have enough left. If your balance is $800, you need $300 for groceries and gas. Can you afford a $150 purchase? Calculator. 800 and minus 300 equals 500. Yes, you have $500 left, so you can afford the $150 thing. Those 3 calculations cover like 90% of the math you'll ever need to do for personal finance. And for all of them, you just use your phone's calculator. No mental math, no complex formulas, nothing. What about investing and compound interest? Here's the thing about investing. You don't need to calculate compound interest or understand complex formulas. You just need to know that investing money makes it grow over time. And the earlier you start, the more it grows. You don't need to calculate exactly how much your investment will be worth in 30 years. You just need to know that investing $200 per month is better than $0 per month, and starting today is better than starting next year. When I started investing, I didn't understand the math behind compound interest at all. I just knew that putting money in an index fund was better than leaving it in my checking account. So I set up an automatic $250 per month investment and let it do its thing. The math happened in the background without me needing to understand or calculate any of it. The simple money management mindset. Here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Managing money isn't about being good at math. It's about being good at following simple rules. Rule 1. Spend less than you earn. This is subtraction. Income minus expenses should be a positive number. That's it. Rule 2. Save first, spend second. Automate your savings so it happens before you spend anything. No calculation needed. Rule 3. Avoid debt that charges interest. If you can't pay for it without borrowing money at 20% interest, you can't afford it. Rule 4. Invest consistently for the long term. Set up automatic investments and don't touch them. The math takes care of itself. None of these rules require being good at math. They require discipline and simple systems, which anyone can do regardless of their math skills. Look, I still can't do complex math in my head. I still use a calculator for basically everything. But I've built a solid financial foundation. I save consistently, I invest regularly, and I'm building wealth, all without needing any math skills beyond basic addition and subtraction. Managing money is about systems and habits, not mathematical ability. If you can use your phone's calculator for the occasional percentage, and you can automate your finances to remove most of the decision-making, you can manage money well, I promise. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And drop a comment telling me if being bad at math has stopped you from managing your finances and if you're ready to try these simple systems. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't need to be good at math to be good with money. You just need simple systems and the discipline to stick with them. Start with those 4 numbers and build from there. I'll see you in the next one.